Many of us wonder whether the universe may eventually come to an end. While there are many different theories and hypotheses on this subject, it is extremely hard to determine when or why the universe may come to an end. But on that note, we will begin looking at some of the possibilities of how the universe may potentially come to an end. Then, we will follow up by discussing how the universe could be eternal. First, we have the heat death of the universe. This hypothesis, which we have briefly touched upon on this channel, is that if the universe is not infinite, then trillions of years from now, all of the stars in the universe will die out, and we will be left with a cold dead universe, with nothing but the void of space. Eventually, this may happen, but does this necessarily mean that the universe has come to an end? Or is this just our interpretation? Let me explain. For the universe to have ended, there has to be nothing, which is the absence of a thing. In this scenario, this would not be inherently true, because the void of space is something. It exists within our universe. It may not be a beautiful bright star or a galaxy, but it still exists. Which would mean that no matter, even if there was no possibility of stars forming in the universe ever again, technically something would still exist. This cold dead universe gets me thinking about the possibility of Boltzmann brains. It is thought that it is more likely for a Boltzmann brain to spontaneously come into existence in a void, rather than how a brain actually came into existence the way that they did. It is really interesting that possibly after the heat death of the universe, these Boltzmann brains may possibly come into existence. Next up, we will be discussing the Big Crunch, a hypothetical end to the universe, where the expansion of the universe eventually slows down and begins to contract. The end result being that all matter in the universe will contract to one point, just how the universe began with the Big Bang. After this supposed contraction happens and the universe returns to its original size, the cycle will start all over again, and this will continue to happen for all of eternity. This hypothesis closely relates to the Big Bounce hypothesis, where the Big Bang occurred due to the collapse of a previous universe. Both of these scenarios and potential ends to the universe, again, are interpretations of the universe ending on a technical level, because the universe we currently exist in would be destroyed through the Big Crunch and a new universe would begin. Or even more shockingly, this new universe could be the same universe, so eventually, along the timescale of the universe, you will eventually exist again, not remembering anything that happened to you, and you will be living your life the same way over and over again. Imagine not knowing the result of everything you have ever lived, even though you have experienced it all before. This is quite horrifying. We would then, in this scenario, know that free will does not exist. One positive of this is that you would have no idea. You would just be living your life, which isn't so bad. But when you get into people who have suffered terribly, it begins to become extremely terrifying. So now that we have brought to light some of the possible endings to the universe, let's talk about how the universe could be an eternal one. The eternal inflation is a hypothesis that is basically what it says it is, that the universe will continue expanding for all of eternity, and this is how an infinite multiverse may exist. It is very interesting to me to think of the prospect of the universe being infinite. I do believe that the universe is infinite, and the eternal inflation hypothesis is very interesting because many scientists did believe that the expansion of the universe should be slowing down, but it is in fact speeding up, which could be an indicator that it may continue to speed up or reach a constant speed. The eternal universe would be great for the human race because this would give us all an infinite amount of time to span out into the universe and discover new galaxies and hopefully find life out there in the universe, or who knows, maybe run into another version of yourself. We can all agree that our universe is a very strange place, with many possibilities, and it is hard to comprehend some of the aspects of the universe, which makes it even more interesting to ponder on. Thank you for listening, my fellow deep thinkers. I'm currently deeply analysing a fly trying to force its way through my window, so please check out the rest of my videos and subscribe for more content. Peace out.